a very warm welcome to the Netherlands. And welcome to my hometown, The Hague. Your visit can only be described as historic. History graduates, like the Prime Minister and me, are always cautious about using the term historic. But in this case, I think it's justified. After all, this is the first ever bilateral visit of a Georgian Prime Minister to the Netherlands. And it's your first bilateral visit as Prime Minister to an EU member state. So as you can imagine, we are honored to receive you here today. I see your visit as confirmation that the relations between our two countries are flourishing as never before. And that's especially true of our trade ties. The Netherlands is one of Georgia's biggest trade partners. And we are the second largest investor in Georgia. A sign that we have every confidence in your country's future. Confidence that's fueled by the macroeconomic stability, economic growth, and reforms that Georgia has achieved. And wherever confidence and stability prevail, opportunities arise. Opportunities to bolster our trade ties even more in the years ahead. For example, in the agricultural sector. It's no accident that for 5 years running, the Netherlands has organized agricultural trade missions to Georgia. As a leading player in this sector, my country is keen to share its knowledge and expertise wherever they are needed. In this way, we can create a win-win situation and expand our cooperation as trade partners. But Georgia is more than just a trade partner for the Netherlands. Our countries share common values, including a commitment to democracy and rule of law. Thanks to all its hard work over the past few years, Georgia has become an example for the rest of the region and therefore a key partner for the Netherlands and the European Union. In the area of security too, our countries share common interests and challenges. After all, the security, stability, and prosperity of our regions are highly interdependent. And that is why the Netherlands values the collaborative and successful relationship we have forged with Georgia over the years. A relationship I hope will only grow further in the future. And not simply at the level of government and business, but for ordinary Dutch and Georgian people too. I understand, for example, that a popular Dutch TV show set in Georgia, Wie is de Mol, Who is the Mole, caused the number of Dutch tourists visiting your country to jump by 60% in less than 2 years. And I'm sure that interest will only increase now that Dutch readers are eagerly reading the bestseller by Nino Haratischvili, The Eighth Life for Brilka. So it's clear that we are keen to seek each other out in a whole range of areas. So thank you, Prime Minister, for coming to the Netherlands. Again, a warm welcome.
Thank you. It's the first ever bilateral meeting of the Prime Minister of Georgia to Netherlands. And as Prime Minister mentioned previously, it's first European visit as a Prime Minister for me personally. We had very fruitful meeting with the Prime Minister, and of course we discussed all different dimensions of cooperation between our countries. Netherlands is our great supporter both in bilateral and multilateral formats. We value this support. During the meeting we have discussed the occupation of Georgia's territories, as well as we discussed the progress my country is showing in its Euro-Atlantic aspiration. And we consider Netherlands as an important partner for us in this regard. We are also grateful for Netherlands' support and its input in the implementation of substantial NATO-Georgia package. During the meeting we discussed also economic dimension of our cooperation, and we have deepening this cooperation also. We have a lot to do in this direction, and of course we realize that we have increased number of tourists from Netherlands in the Georgia. And we are grateful once again to be here, and we really appreciate for your warm host in Netherlands. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Good at your visit.